You're watching the new home for live Grizzly Athletics on the Grizzly Digital Network. We would like to thank our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. For more information, log on to grizzlyathletics.com. Now, here's voice of the Grizzlies, Matt Mahoney.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grizzlies Live here at Newk Eatery. As always, I'm your host, Matt Mahoney. We've had a fantastic summer, and we're going to wrap up this season's of Grizzlies Live episodes with none other than our Director of Athletics, Dr. Darin Wilson. Dr. Wilson, how are we doing?
Matt, doing great, thanks.
How's your summer been? I mean, we haven't had a ball to chase or scores to keep up with. Have you had a little bit of downtime? What have you done this summer?
Has there been a summer?
No.
Baseball went so long. Of course, we've had all kinds of events going on in the facility this summer, but it's been good. We've still got several student athletes that come in and they're working out throughout the summer, and obviously our coaches are recruiting very hard. And now we're gearing up for August. Soccer comes back here in 2 weeks, and we've got our staff training coming up next week and doing a lot of neat things with our student athletes this year that we haven't done in the past in terms of just off-field kind of things with nutrition and resume building and those types of things. So really excited about what's coming this fall.
Our colleague, Ned Colgrove, assistant AD, sat in that chair a couple weeks ago when we recapped the top 10. Let me get a recap for you here. July 28th, 2011, almost 3 years ago on Monday, you were hired to start Grizzly Athletics. What do you remember about that day?
Well, July 11th was a neat day because I accepted the job. It didn't start till August 15th. So once I got on campus, started August 15th, I've told the story several times, literally had an office and a phone and a computer, and they said go. And we've got to build something really special, and it's really been all about the people. You know, we've hired great people, and obviously have got to build some great facilities, but it's been a neat run over the last 3 years. The
last 3 years, indeed. Have we overachieved in that period of time this past year? 6 sports, 4 national tournament appearances, 3 conference titles, 2 national championships. You know the story. Have we overachieved in 3 years?
I think from the outside looking in, we've probably overachieved. From the inside looking out, we've achieved. I think we set the bar. And again, people have asked me, what do you do next? What does next year look like? And as you know me, we're not gonna be satisfied. And so we set the bar again. And that's going to be something we talk about starting next Wednesday with our staff. And the coaches that we've assembled and the staff that we've assembled and the student athletes that we have coming in aren't going to be satisfied with where we were this year, although in a lot of ways it was a very satisfying year. I mean, anytime you win 2 national championships with 6 sports, that's a great year. And baseball going to national tournament, and men's soccer going to national tournament, and our softball team winning a national award. So it was a great year, and we're already looking forward to next.
One of the things the affiliation with the AI, our conference level, they recognized that and recognized you last week as the AD of the AI for this past year. Do we have an acceptance speech that you'd like to give right now?
The acceptance speech is thanks to all the coaches and staff and administrators that work for us, because they're the ones that make this thing happen. And any of the awards that we get or even our coaches get are all a byproduct of what we're doing on a day-to-day basis with folks like you and Ned and Doug Court and guys that are in the trenches every day that make us look good.
You told our coaches a year ago you weren't going to build a trophy case until we had a trophy to put in there. Last time we spoke in December, we finally ordered a trophy case. Now the trophy case is starting to collect some memorabilia in there. Do we have a favorite trophy so far from the looks of things?
Well, I love our national championship trophies, but
the 2 of them that sit right there.
Those are nice, but you know what? I don't know that it's my favorite trophy, but the trophy that I'm probably as proud of as any is the one that Cat Allenberg softball team got this year as the national championship character team in all the land for softball. That's a great honor, and for what we're trying to do with Grizzly Athletics, obviously we want to win. That's why we're here. But we also want to put great role models out on our fields and courts of competition, and to win that trophy is pretty special.
And I think what was cool about that, it was unexpected. The national championships, you go through the tournament run, you get in the national championship, you know what's in front of you. We get a phone call and an email that says Cats won this award, and that was pretty special.
Absolutely, very special. And again, you mentioned the trophy case, and you're right. I was down with Doug this morning looking at it, and we've already got plans to expand that thing. So, but again, you expand it when you have some more hardware to put in it, and so it's been a lot of fun to this point.
I don't know if it was fun for you. It was nerve-wracking for me. In May, take me back to that Saturday in Mobile, Alabama. we wake up and we have a chance to win 2 national championships with GGC playing Embry-Riddle. What do you remember about that day?
Well, a very special day, obviously, and to have the chance, as we said from day one, you go back to August of 11, really from day one we said, let's put ourselves in position to compete for championships, whatever that looks like. If we win some, that's great, but let's put ourselves in position, and to have the opportunity in year one to compete for 2 national championships on the same day against the same team, who's been very successful across the board in the NAIA, was a neat day, but also certainly a very stressful day. But Coach Chase Hodges did a great job preparing the teams, and our women's team kind of came out of nowhere, even though they had been ranked number 1 all throughout the year. Really hadn't been playing probably their best tennis going into the tournament, and he just did a great job motivating them and building them up. And what a great win they had, a 5-hour match, took a long time to win, and the emotion of that, and then really our men to be able to come out and just play really in dominating fashion. It was a lot of fun.
You said stressful on Saturday. It really is. Do you feel hopeless being a spectator on game days for those?
Well, absolutely. It's kind of like the old you're the father watching your son play your health because you're not out there playing. And the same thing from a coach or an administration role. You're not able to do anything. All you can do is cheer and root and hope and as you saw with tennis, it goes back and forth, and especially in our women's match, we were down, had to crawl our way back, had a tough doubles scenario that played out, and for them to be able to come back and win 2 was a very special day.
I try to help you out during some of those moments to drag you along on the broadcast as well. We get to call some of the games in Lewiston, Idaho. Do you have some fun going to somewhere like Lewiston, Idaho? Is that a joy for you, or is it still just as stressful?
No, most days it's fun. It's more fun obviously when we're playing well and when we're winning. Those 2-1 games that are tight. You wear your emotions just like the coaches do or just like the athletes do, because nobody wants to win as bad as we do. And so you do enjoy it. I mean, it's a great experience out there anytime you can go. And now, as I said, as we move forward to next year, the goal is going to be for every one of our teams to compete in some sort of national tournament. And that's kind of the bar, and that's where we're going to continue to shoot for.
You mentioned next year. We'll get to that after the break. There's one other item of business I wanted to discuss, and it's the job we do off the field. The trophies and accolades and the website's great. But this group of Grizzlies, we have 120 or so, they get it done in the classroom as well. Are we better in the classroom or on the field?
We're doing a good job in the classroom, and we appreciate that. Dr. Ian Potter's done a great job, getting our resources in place and putting some things in place for our student athletes to succeed. We've got a great faculty at Georgia Gwinnett College who really helps. We've got tutors that come in, and then we've got student athletes who want to do well and want to graduate and want to go on to better themselves in the world. And so very proud of the work we've done in the classroom, very proud of the work we've done in the community. Again, we said early on, we want to win, we want to play well on the courts, but we also want to give back to the community. And I think the folks of Lawrenceville and the folks of Gwinnett County are very appreciative of what we've been able to do thus far.
And the people should know too, 120 or so athletes, almost half of them have a 3.0 or higher. 10 of them made the Dean's List, 4.0. Just a hair under that 3.0 mark. That's what you want for a department.
We're still, that's our goal. The goal's a 3.0, and we're getting real close to that. But again, all in all, our student athletes are doing a great job in the classroom.
The Georgia Gwinnett fans, they expect and see growth with Georgia Gwinnett, and Grizzly Athletics is no different. Just this week made another announcement. We're restructuring and continuing to grow in athletics. Talked about some of those changes.
Yeah, making a few changes. We've got, as I mentioned earlier, Doug Cord, who's going to be over all of our facilities now and kind of our operations, who's done a great job with that. We're transitioning Sean Gillespie into a new role that's really about student athlete enhancement, student athlete engagement. Very few schools like us across the country have any sort of programming like this. And so it'll be tiered from freshmen all the way up to seniors. And there will be different programming that they go throughout the year. Again, you talk about the social media training, the nutrition training, the how to study, how to be a Grizzly, what it means to be a college athlete. And then we're going to do some neat things. We're going to do some financial management training, which very few student athletes get their hands on, especially there. And then we're going to try to host an etiquette dinner for our seniors, which I think will be really neat.
And I want to portray this message with you sitting here. I think it's great in the world of college athletics that we live in is sometimes at the higher levels there's negative animosity. Guys aren't prepared for the next level. You hear bankruptcy stories and kids getting in trouble. Literally here at Grizzly Athletics, we're trying to develop student athletes to be human beings and productive citizens. You don't see that everywhere at any level.
Well, you don't, and we're trying to develop the whole person. And again, you want to play as well as you can on the courts and on the fields, but you also want to give back to the student athlete and make it the best student athlete experience that's possible here at Georgia Gwinnett College.
Well, we'll put a punctuation on that point right there. We'll take a break. We'll come back more. You can hang around a little bit longer, right?
I'll be right here.
Have you got lunch plans yet
I'm
so
good.
far? Okay. We'll have Dr. Darin Wilson here with some more as we look into the future, not only this year, but future years to come. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk City on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darin Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies!
Are you tracking the very latest with Grizzly Athletics? Stay up to date by following Grizzly Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag Grizzly Athletics all season long. And as always, catch all the recaps, stats, and news on grizzlyathletics.com. Don't be left out. Follow all the latest with Grizzly Athletics online.
As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student athletes, faculty and staff, fans, boosters, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control and operate our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College. We expect our student athletes to be model students in the classroom by offering academic support services in a variety of ways throughout their collegiate career. From study halls and tutoring to mentoring and personal growth and development training, GGC puts academic success at the forefront of our mission. Go Grizzlies!
Grizzly fans, you can purchase your season passes today. Packages are available for the fall or spring or all sporting events throughout the 2013-14 season. You can find out more information by calling the Office of Athletics at 678-407-5275 or by visiting the game day ticket window. Single game discounts are available on game day, including youth, senior, military, and group rates. Tickets are selling fast as the Grizzlies take the field and compete for postseason championships for the very first time. We invite you to come experience fast-paced collegiate athletics at a friendly price. Visit grizzlyathletics.com for more information and be sure to purchase your season tickets today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk City. We're with Dr. Darin Wilson, Director of Athletics at Grizzly Athletics. We'll get right to it. Your favorite thing in the world, facilities. It never sits still. There's always changing. What's some of the new things our fans are going to see when they head to the Grizzly Soccer Complex this fall?
I do like facilities. We're always going to try to be improving our facilities if possible. We've put a new walking track around the soccer field, which is going to be neat. Gives our fans an area to come in. Don't have to worry about we had some gravel down there before, so that's cleaned that up a lot. Fix our stands a little bit. We do have, hopefully next summer, we'll put some new stands down there with the press box, so looking forward to that. And really clean up that area. It's also neat this time of year. The trees have come in.
Yeah.
We had planted them, a year and a half ago, so a little different look there. And going to continue to try to upgrade both softball and baseball as well as we go along.
Now, our producer, Sarah Murphy, and the rest of the women's soccer team wants to personally thank you for putting in a running track, because Coach Martelli is not going to use that as a walking track at all this fall camp.
They can run on it if they so choose, but there's also a huge synthetic turf field down there that they can walk or run on. So I don't think our soccer ladies or guys have much to complain about.
So our facilities are growing, our staff is growing almost by the year, by the month. What are we trying to get to? Are we ever going to stop growing? What are we chasing, so to speak?
Well, eventually, obviously, we'll stop growing. We're always looking to grow in the smartest way possible. And so, as we look to add sports, which I'm going to guess you're going to ask in a minute,
next.
we're going to make sure we can add the right sports at the right time to be able to compete. It makes no sense to me, from an athletics perspective, to add sports that we can't go in and compete nationally with right away, just like we've been able to do with our current 6 sports. So we're probably looking in 4 or 5 years that we'll add something else. I get asked all the time, what is that something else going to be? Right now, golf is certainly on that list. Cross country could be on that list. And then we'll finish probably with men's and women's basketball at some point. We'd like to get to 10 sports, 10 or 11, and then kind of stay right there and see how successful that we can be.
And I guess from your desk, your perspective, and share it with our folks here, there's no real pressure to add sports this year or next year. Like you said, the timing of it and obviously the finances have to be right. So to put it on the short term as in today, because Grizzly Athletics is about today and quick success, there's no real pressure. It's on the docket, but it's got to be right time.
That's really true. Our president has been very supportive, and the Board of Regents has been very supportive in what we're doing and how we're building it and the way we're going about building it and the success that we've had early on. And it seems to make a lot of sense to them as well that, hey, let's do this thing the right way and let's do it as right as we can for as long as we can. And then when we're ready to expand, we'll expand.
So that's the story moving forward here. Let's talk about the next 12 months here. What are the expectations? Because we've exceeded expectations in year one in the NAI level. In year two, do we expect to have a trophy case that's twice as big as the one we have today?
Well, we want to continue to compete for championships. That's not going to change. We're not going to waver with that. Every time we step out on the field or we field a team for competition, the expectation is that we're going to be able to compete and now really compete at a national level. Year in and year out with every team. We want to continue to do well in the classroom. We want our student athletes to graduate. We want to get to that 3.0 overall, and we want to make sure that we're doing a good job there. We want to make sure that we're still back in the community, that we're doing a great job with our community service, that we're giving back to Gwinnett County, we're giving back to Lawrenceville, and that the folks in Gwinnett County and the Lawrenceville area know who the Georgia Gwinnett Grizzlies are. They know what the G-Claw is and what it represents, and they know to expect a first-class experience anytime that we're around or that they come on campus.
And I believe today we've set a record for most G-Claws in one frame at one time. We've got about 6 sitting here on set right now, so growing that brand is obviously a big part of our department. I asked this question because it's my favorite question to ask because you always surprise me with the answer. What's next for Grizzly Athletics? Everybody always has a good idea, or basketball or football, whatever. That stuff's on down the road. What's next for Grizzly Athletics?
Well, I think what's next currently is what's getting ready to happen here this fall, because it's really about the student athlete experience that we're getting ready to showcase. That, like I said, a lot of folks, a lot of places across the country aren't doing right now, and so we not only want to do it as well as we can, but we also like to be on the front edge of things that are going on across the country. And so that's really what's next. We've got a couple little facility surprises up our sleeves that are
what I look forward to.
That are coming early August, and so I'm looking forward to seeing those and revealing those, and maybe something you can showcase on here as well, because it's going to be a great treat for our student athletes as well as for our fans.
Well, Dr. Darin Wilson, can't thank you enough for being on the show. I know you're busy as always. Doesn't matter what month it is on the calendar here, but definitely gearing up for camp that comes here in 2 weeks, and just a phenomenal job, and we greatly appreciate all your support.
Thanks so much. Appreciate what you're doing, and again, doing a great job here at Newk and Grizzlies Live.
So we'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap this show up. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk City on the Grizzly Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Dr. Darin Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the new. Hello, I'm Dr. Darin Wilson, Director of Athletics at Georgia Gwinnett College. Our administrators, coaches, and staff are proud to be one of the newest members in the NAIA. We aim to uphold the NAIA Champions of Character principles by promoting a positive climate for growth while fostering relationships within Georgia Gwinnett College, Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. In addition, we embrace our core values for the Grizzly Athletic Department: sportsmanship, leadership, service, responsibility, and pursuing excellence. Our mission is to develop lifelong leaders of character through academic and athletic excellence. Go Grizzlies!
Grizzly fans, you can purchase your season passes today. Packages are available for the fall or spring, or all sporting events throughout the 2013-14 season. You can find out more information by calling the Office of Athletics at 678-407-5275 or by visiting the game day ticket window. Single game discounts are available on game day, including youth, senior, military, and group rates. Tickets are selling fast as the Grizzlies take the field and compete for postseason championships for the very first time. We invite you to come experience fast-paced collegiate athletics at a friendly price. Visit GrizzlyAthletics.com for more information and be sure to purchase your season tickets today.
As a member of the NAIA, Georgia Gwinnett College is responsible for the actions of its coaches, student-athletes, faculty and staff, fans, boosters, and alumni. We are committed to the principle of institutional control and operate our athletics program in a manner consistent with the letter and spirit of the NAIA and Georgia Gwinnett College. We expect our student-athletes to be model students in the classroom by offering academic support services in a variety of ways throughout their collegiate career. From study halls and tutoring to mentoring and personal growth and development training, GGC puts academic success at the forefront of our mission. Go Grizzlies!
Are you tracking the very latest with Grizzly Athletics? Stay up to date by following Grizzly Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can join the conversation by using the hashtag Grizzly Athletics all season long. And as always, catch all the recaps, stats, and news on GrizzlyAthletics.com. Don't be left out. Follow all the latest with Grizzly Athletics online.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery. We put a bow on the summer here. It's been great so far, a lot of changes, a lot of adjustments, and we're really looking forward to the 2014-15 season. It's going to start with men's and women's soccer. Later on in the month of August, I believe the 30th is the first date, but for sure, men's and women's soccer's schedule are on our website, GrizzlyAthletics.com. Pull those up, add those to your calendars, and we look forward to seeing you at the Grizzly Soccer Complex this fall. As always, Grizzly Game Bite still alive and well. Sign up for that. Get geared up for the fall with our men's and women's soccer team. Grizzly Club, definitely capitalize on some of the opportunities that's available to our Booster Club members through the Grizzly Club. Congratulations again to Dr. Darin Wilson, AII AD of the Year, and he said it, in 2 weeks, August 6th, camp starts. Men's and women's soccer. Sarah, our producer, women's soccer player, you ready, Sarah? That's a weak thumbs up I was just giving behind the camera there. But looking forward to seeing our student athletes back on campus in 2 weeks. So that'll do it here for our entire cast and crew. A little passing of the torch there, as Myron Cantrell has been a big part of this broadcast all year long. He's going to move one seat to the right, and he'll be producing from now on. Big thanks to Matt, our summer intern, that's helped us out. A lot of behind-the-scenes stuff from our website. Again, thanks to Ned Colgrove. And as always, I'm Matt Mahoney signing off, saying so long, everybody. This is Grizzlies Live at Newk Eatery on the Grizzly Digital Network.
We would like to thank all of our corporate sponsors who have made today's game possible. You can watch this game and previous games by clicking the On Demand tab at the top of the page. In addition, you can watch coaches' shows and weekly feature stories all on the Grizzly Digital Network by clicking the On Demand tab as well. For the latest information, including game recaps, schedules, and so much more, visit GrizzlyAthletics.com.